We are part of the Fired Up Sports Network of shows. Please check out other Fired Up Sports Network podcasts like the P-Lot Pod, Water Cooler Talk, Bell Smashers, Philly Sports Love and Pain, Drunk on Broad, Beer Battered Sports, and the Fired Up Sports Show, which are available on all major podcasting hosting sites and social media. Also, check out Mark Ramos' Roundup on firedupsports.com, which breaks down the happenings going on with all your favorite local teams.
Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S Swing and a miss. Struck him out. The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Flyers are going to win the Stanley Cup. The Flyers win the Stanley Cup. For the lead. Yes! Iverson, wow, what a fake off Daniels as he broke his ankles and got all the way to the cup.
What's going on?
What's up, Donnie?
Oh my God, Joey, this is well, listen, we got we're waiting on Rich. They're packing, they're getting ready to go packing, to go camping. So we're starting episode 293 with me and Joey. Joey, it's kind of it's an interesting time because there's a lot, but not a lot going on. So I'm gonna hit you with, we're gonna save the fantasy topic until Rich gets on, because we're going to debut a new fantasy intro. ChatGPT did not disappoint, is all I'll say. It did not disappoint with the ideas for the titles. It did not disappoint with the graphics. It did not disappoint with the AI voice recordings. It was fabulous. So we'll hold all that until Rich gets on. But I'm gonna hit you with a couple topics, Joe, and we'll just kind of go. Shane Gillis, one, was amazing last night. Two, we got they're gonna get their rings this week. We're gonna save fantasy football for Rich tomorrow, right? Training camp's gonna happen in a matter of days. And the one topic that I want to talk about, all I really wrote, Joe, was Jalen Hurts is number 9? Really? Out of all of those things, Joe, which one do you want to start with?
I mean, the Jalen hate is just, it's exhausting, man. I mean, I'm not really sure what the league and people, even people in the city, people in the radio, local people that are Eagles fans, are just knocking down the door and saying, the running game and the offensive line and look at how deep the defense and Vic Fangio and this and that. Well, that's all well and good, but your starting quarterback is, what is he, 50, 52 and 23 as a starter in the NFL?
It's pretty astounding.
And all he does is show up in the biggest games, and all he does is win big games. He's won big games since high school, college, with us. Like, I don't really understand the narrative.
Joe, all he has done is win.
Philly. It's Philly hate.
It's the kind of thing, Joe, where I look at that and I go, I don't know what you don't see. Like, does he have, like, I'm looking at this list, right? And this list is, the list that we're referring to is a list that's compiled from, league executives, coaches, and scouts around the NFL. Okay, so we're not talking about just like your basic everyday, but like when I look at this and I go, I'm looking at this and going, I just don't see what you see. Now listen, at the top, it's hard to argue with the guys at the top.
Yep.
Hey,
I will argue with all of them.
Ah,
I don't even
why
know
am
what
I
we're
not?
arguing about, but I'm in, brother.
Why am I not surprised?
Ah!
All
What are
right,
we
so
arguing
Rich,
about?
one. So I'm gonna give. I'm gonna just
Are we
kind of
are
read.
we arguing about Joe wearing pants? We
Oh,
doing this again?
No, we're
how
not.
how did you
All right.
pick up on that?
Joe, I know.
No,
You-
no, nobody's worried about Joe and his pants.
All right, thank God.
So we're talking about the ESPN article with Jalen Hurts at number 9, which is it's compiled. We were talking about it's compiled from league execs, scouts, coaches, whatever. Right. So at the top of this list, I
Mm-hmm.
don't really have a lot of arguments. Right. Mahomes, Josh Allen. When you talk about Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson.
What's Josh Allen done? What's Joe Burrow done? What's Lamar
Well,
Jackson done?
Well, and this is where, like, when you talk about the individual player, right?
Okay.
When you talk about individual skills, arm
Okay.
talent, and right, set that stuff aside. At
Okay.
the end of the day, this game is built on W's, and
Yeah.
what Jalen Hurts does is stack W's. And when I go and I look at, I saw this graphic where it has all pros, Super Bowl appearances, Super Bowl wins, Super Bowl MVPs. And on that list is Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Herbert, Goff, and Burrow. Jalen Hurts, out of that group, is the only guy that checks off all 4 boxes.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels checks off none. Justin Herbert checks off none. Jared Goff and Joe Burrow check off 1.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And again, right? I think we kind of know this list, while they say it's coming from one place, it's generated in a way that's going to attract exactly what we're doing, right? Which is
Yeah.
attention
Yeah. Yeah.
and stimulate conversations.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
don't know, man. You got Mahomes, his IQ, his arm, and what he can do on the field. Yeah, I give him the number 1 spot. I don't give the number 2 spot just to Josh Allen because he is your prototypical like poster boy quarterback. Like I'm not giving it to him. Okay, elite arm talent, football IQ, not so much there, and really doesn't show up in big games. So I can't say that he's the number 2 quarterback. Okay, he had 12 rushing touchdowns last year. Yippee! And you still didn't beat the Chiefs in the championship game.
yeah, listen,
So to me, I don't think that warrant. Like I can, Jalen Hurts. Okay, you can argue he's not top 5. You can argue that. We know it's not true, but you can argue it through intangibles, arm talent, whatever you want to say, numbers, statistics. But look at Tom Brady being argued about as being the GOAT. Not elite arm talent, but the dude won all the time. Are we going to say that you know? Tom Brady's not one of the greatest of all time because he didn't throw for what 300 yards ever in like a playoff game except against the Eagles when they had that shootout. Never had a
yeah,
pass over 20 yards completed in a Super Bowl. Are we going to say that he's not great? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you
yeah,
throw fucking 6 50-yard touchdown passes in the Super Bowl. You lose by 3 points. What the fuck does that matter?
yeah. Listen, I think for me, where this list goes sideways is at number 5. How you can see what you saw last year on the field in games where they competed against each other.
Oh, is it Aaron Rodgers? No, I'm just kidding.
It's at 5. Like how you put Jaden Daniels at number 5 ahead.
He had
Listen,
1 fucking year. Like he's one
right,
year in the league.
Thick.
right, like ahead of Matthew Stafford. Like I just, for me, that's that is the first like exclamation point to go. Well, all right, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, and we know what they're doing, but like, how do you actually publish this list and go, like, you can project out all you want, then name the list something else.
Give me the top
Because
10. Give me the top 10. Who was it? I'm
all
sorry.
right, so at number, so you go Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels. And then you go Stafford, Justin Herbert, which is another place where it goes sideways, Jared Goff, and then Hurts, and
Wait,
then
they
Baker
have
Mayfield.
Goff in there over. All right, that's dumb. All
Right.
right,
So
Herbert dumb.
right. Do you see
Stafford
what I'm saying?
dumb.
Like coming off the year, right? And you saw Hurts in that Super Bowl. They shut down Saquon Barkley, and he threw the ball all over the yard.
Yeah,
Like you can. So the fact that Jared Goff, who has led his team to a Super Bowl appearance but never won, who couldn't get it done against the Commanders team that was
yeah,
playing well but not the greatest,
yeah.
and then like Justin Herbert, who's never won anything.
We had like 3 fucking picks in the playoffs this year. I think Justin Herbert
He
game that they
Four.
played.
horrible in that game against
Four.
you.
Sorry, 4.
4,
Thanks,
right? Like
and Joe.
like Matthew Stafford. That's a guy that, like, at 5, I would have an argument between Hurts and Stafford.
Yeah,
But the fact that Stafford is 6 and Hurts is 9,
Yeah.
and you got Herbert ahead of him, and you got Jaden Daniels ahead of him, and you got Jared Goff ahead of him.
Philly.
Put Jamal. All right, here you go. Put Joe Burrow. Put Joe Burrow on a different team without Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and see how he does. I guarantee he doesn't do that well. Like Joe Burrow, whatever. But you're surrounded with 2 elite wide receivers, and you still can't win. You have probably the best wide receiver in football, and you still can't win. Oh well, they don't have a defense. Yeah, but Joe Burrow also can't get it done most of the time. So come on, bro. Lamar Jackson, I give it to him. Dude's improved. He's accurate. He's got a cannon. Uses his legs. Not better than Jalen Hurts. Matthew Stafford, what does he do better than Jalen Hurts? Like, oh, he can throw the ball 5 yards further than him. That's it. Like, I just don't get it. I just you want to make a list of top 10 quarterbacks, but when you look at the stats and you look at the win percentages, you look at the win percentages against when your defense lets up 30 plus points a game. Jalen Hurts is 5-4. Josh Allen is like 1-6. And I forget who the other one was that they had in there, but it was like the top 3 guys. Jalen Hurts is better in all those categories. He checks all the boxes more than Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Stafford, Jaden Daniels. But you want to throw him 9th to piss everybody off. Like, we get it.
And not for nothing,
But it makes
like
no
when
fucking sense.
when he's gone up against these other guys,
And head-to-head matchups, he wins.
right? Head to head, he's winning those games, right? Like this is like when they went up against Cincinnati last year, right? They win, right? They didn't go up against the Bills last year, but they obviously they manhandled the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. They beat the Ravens in Baltimore, coming off of a road game in LA. Like, they beat Stafford twice, and like one, they like I'm having a hard time looking at this and taking it seriously and going. I look at, and Joe, you can talk to this, like the fact that like in the biggest plays, in the biggest games, in the biggest moments, is where his light shines the brightest. And you're talking about a guy who has led his team since he's become a starter to 2 Super Bowl appearances, outplayed Mahomes in both of those Super Bowls.
Yeah, what else do you want? I mean, the guy, he has the intangibles. He has, an extremely accurate arm. He can throw a hell of a deep ball. I just don't understand what the narrative is with this guy in the nationally and locally. I think it's it's still if he didn't play, maybe if he didn't play in Philadelphia, he would get more credit. Maybe he would be talked about more. But unfortunately, we still do. We still have the Philadelphia attached to the Philadelphia title attached to him and a lot of the Philadelphia athletes. So it's he's calm, he's cool, he's not glitz, he's not flashy, he's not he's very stoic, he's very by the book, he's very matter of the fact, he's very businesslike, and
Yeah.
to the media, to national TV, to locally, that could be extremely boring to them. But who cares? We don't care. We want a guy we can ride with. We want a guy that's gonna do whatever it takes to get this team over the top. And he did it once, and he almost did it twice. And I mean, that's the guy you want to go to war with. I mean, his teammates love him. He has that charisma, and he has that leadership quality about him where everybody wants to, they want to ride with him because they know he has that persona, he has that control in the huddle, and they know that he's going to make a big play and help them win in the biggest moments at the biggest times. And we saw that. The Super Bowl that they lost, I mean, arguably you could say, maybe the fumble, maybe the PI and the defense disappeared in the second half. But, I mean, they put up big numbers against the Chiefs twice, and he beat them in the regular season. So he beat Josh Allen. What else do you want from the guy? He's beat Stafford. He's beat these guys. He's beat Lamar.
Beat Burrow.
There's
He's
really
beat
no
Jaden
there's no
Daniels,
way you could spin it if you really look at the numbers and the winning percentage and the bottom line where you could pick these guys over him.
I mean, and I'm going to give you some stats to back it up, right? There's a comparison between Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, right? And we're talking about comparison of Jalen Hurts in 2 Super Bowls compared to Justin Herbert in 2 wild card games. So 2 completely different high stakes games, right?
Yeah.
The passer rating for Jalen Hurts in those 2 Super Bowls is 109.4. Justin Herbert's passer rating in those 2 wild card games is 60.7. Right? 525 yards compared to 515. 3 touchdowns and 1 interception as compared to Justin Herbert with 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Like, they're not even comparable. They're not even on the same plane.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't even want to wrap my head around it because I just think it's stupid. If the NFL executives really think this low of Jalen Hurts, I think they need to reevaluate talent, because you can say, oh, well, if you just take another quarterback and put him in with A.J. Brown, Devontae, and Saquon, they'll be good. You've had quarterbacks play with Saquon Barkley and I believe 2 good wide receivers on the outside.
Yeah.
And couldn't get it done. You have, let's see. I mean, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison last year, pretty fucking good.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but Sam Darnold couldn't get it done. Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Chase Brown was fucking really good last year. Burrow couldn't get it done. The list goes on. I mean, what else does he have to do? It's not like, Justin Herbert's out there throwing to Rocket Ishmael and James Crash. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like,
that's fabulous. That's a great poll.
I mean, to me, it just doesn't make sense, because we're having the same argument and we're like trying to talk. Like, I feel like sometimes when we talk about it, it's like we're trying to talk ourselves out of Jalen Hurts being in the top 10, but it literally solidifies his spot as one of the top quarterbacks, because it's the numbers, the eye test, and the winning that back it up. And he has that over, 7 of the guys in the top 9? Who had the Super Bowls in the top 9? Stafford and whatchamacallit? Mahomes.
Yeah.
And Hurts. That's it.
Out of that group.
That's it. So what is the argument to be made? that who's the better team. We know the Eagles are the better team, but you're talking about individual quarterback play. A guy who doesn't turn the ball over, a guy who can score with his legs, a guy who can throw. Like I just don't understand. Only thing it
Right.
makes me do is solidify that if he should be in the top three. And it's
Right.
no disrespect to Burrow or Lamar. I mean, I would take Lamar all day, twice on Sunday for what the guy can do. But he also had at one time really good defense, decent wide receivers, a good running game. I mean, you bring in Derrick Henry and you can't do anything. Like whose fault's that? Like Mark Andrews doesn't drop that touchdown. It's it's a different story for them. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you can only do so much as a quarterback. And it's not our fault that AJ Brown, Devontae Smith can catch passes and Saquon can break a 60-yard touchdown. So if you're going to fault that to Jalen Hurts not being a good quarterback, I just think you're stupid.
Yeah. I don't think you could sum it up any other way.
When you teach your kids how to play baseball and football, right? You throw the ball, and what do you say? Well, that's their job to catch it. It's their job to catch it. You could throw dimes all day, but if these guys are getting paid to do their job and to catch the touchdown passes and to bail you out and to run, I just don't fucking get it. I just don't.
I hear you.
Tell him, Rich.
All right, here we go.
Maddening.
You ready?
Maddening.
Training camp, fantasy football, the ring night, or Shane Gillis?
No, Shane Gillis was funny last night.
Yeah.
He was
He was absolutely the best ambassador. He was the best guy to put up there to tell it like it is.
Yeah.
And the whole monologue before the best team award,
that was great.
Was absolutely awesome. Right? Like the way that he went through each team, the fact that he led off with like a sarcastic Cowboys was incredible. The fact that he ended every team with like a nope, go Birds. Was just awesome. Like it was like Joe, you were saying in chat earlier, it was cool to be on top and not be the butt of the joke, but like literally just having a chance to roast everybody. And the more that Go Birds is out in the public and just part of public conversation, it just feels so damn good.
It does. Yeah, I think he did a phenomenal job. And it was funny because like the more people like groaned and grimaced at his jokes, I kind of thought they were a little bit funnier. I'm like, it's comedy, dude. It's comedy. Like everybody wants to get offended. Like it was fun.
Everybody gets all uptight.
Like I look at things as like, all right, it's just funny to me. Like I was dying with the deleted Epstein stuff. Like that was funny. That was like right on cue. The Megan Rapinoe couldn't be here. Nice. But we're gonna act like she's a good time. Like I was like, that's just funny to me. Like it's just funny.
It was really funny.
I was just sitting there cracking up. Oh yeah, the Liberty, great team. New York. They founded America. Nope, Philly didn't go Birds. Or like he I feel bad like for the girls on UConn because they panned to them as UConn being the best team, and he goes, "Oh yeah, because they were they went up against a bunch of pros, right? Go Birds!" Like that shit was funny. Like that shit was good.
It was awesome.
And his tribute to Norm was awesome. I enjoyed the tribute to Norm.
Even better was the tush push the faux tush push skit.
That was
so great. It was so great the way that they like literally talked around everything, but like insinuate they were talking about everything, but insinuated and talked around so much. It was so good. It was so well done. And the fact that he's from here is like,
it's clutch, man.
Yeah, it was gold. That skit was pretty fucking funny, and. People want to get uptight. Oh, I'm like, dude, it's jokes, man. It's jokes. Just let it go. It's nothing about it.
Seriously.
I don't care. The Deshaun Watson thing was funny, and I know he's like, I didn't even want to say that. I'm like, that shit was funny. Like, I didn't write this. I swear to God. I didn't want to say this. Like, That shit was funny.
Oh man.
Fuck Deshaun Watson. But no, that was good.
No, it was great. It was great. All right, there we go. You want to talk about training camp? You want to talk about fantasy football, or you want to talk about ring night?
Let's go. Joe, you pick.
How about ring night?
That's what I was going to say. Good job, Joe.
I
Always
like
count
it.
on Joe and his pants.
I cannot wait to
I'm pretty
see
excited right now.
how obnoxious this ring is.
I'm gonna go tailgate for it.
I love
We're
it.
going to the link. Let's go.
It's gonna be
And-
outrageous.
Well, and the best part about it is that there hasn't been anything that's leaked about it. Like, you haven't seen like these little snippet side images. You haven't seen or heard anything.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I'm like, oh, this is gonna hit like crack.
Don.
Yeah. Wow, Don.
It's just listen, that's just how it is.
I didn't know we took the party to Kensington, bro. Dang.
We did not. We did not and have not, but I can only imagine.
I can only imagine. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's just going to be cool. When is it? Not tomorrow or the
Tomorrow.
next day? Tomorrow, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow.
So we'll
I
get to
got-
see it, I guess,
got-
on.
I got a FaceTime with Jordan Mailata. I told him, I was like, as soon as you get it,
Call
hit-
me up, bro.
you gotta hit me up, man.
Dude, that'd be sick.
We'll
Joe.
start driving out.
I like your poll, Joe. I like your poll. I only got Davion Taylor's number. He didn't get it. He wants to squash it. I said, all right, we'll go out to a nice seafood dinner, and I'll never talk to him again.
He's having a meet and greet at the Cherry Hill Mall on Saturday at 2:00. If you want to go.
Davion Taylor is?
No.
I was gonna say that's right by my house. I would have fucking went.
No.
You suck.
You would have went.
I would have wanted to be like, you know who I am, and he goes, I know who you are. It would have been great. What a showdown!
went and
Oh my
heckled him.
goodness.
I would have been paid $10 to get his autograph to rip it up in front of him.
You would sign his jersey.
I would sign. Come here, let me sign your jersey, son of a bitch. I'm done with
Bitch, I'm
you.
signing your jersey.
I'm signing your jersey for this $10 I wasted in this bullshit photo. Oh, guess what? There's no photo of you making a tackle? Yeah, no shit. There's a photo of him standing on the sideline. It's fucking great.
That's fabulous.
So when do we get to see it? Are they doing it like on TV, or we have to see it like through their Instagram or their?
I
guess
think it's
Twitter,
going to
I
be. I think
It'll
you're going to see a bunch of
maybe
stuff
it'll
on
be on their
socials.
website.
Cool. Yeah, I want to see it. So
Maybe it'll be on their website, hopefully.
yeah, it'd be cool if they
we know,
televise it.
listen, if we know Eagles social media, I'm sure there'll be a bunch of leaks all throughout the day that'll kind of like have this giant build up to it. But I'm just really excited.
Yep.
Yeah.
Celebrate the day, and then as soon as midnight hits, it's right back to training camp mindset.
Training camp.
And the 2025 season.
Yeah, and listen, like a good lead into training. Like training camp is what, Joe, less than a week away.
Yep.
I think the thing that I've been going back over this, like the fact that like training camp is not nearly as accessible as it was. Really kind of like, I really wish that there was a way that they could figure out a way to make it more accessible. The way that it was when it was at
Lehigh.
Westchester, when it was in Lehigh. When you see like, yeah, they've got the one open practice, but like you're talking about like I remember like you could get pretty much within like 15 feet of those dudes on a daily basis if you wanted to. And the fact that like you're not able to do that now, and I get why they're at the team's training facilities because of the equipment, because of the access to the medical stuff, like all of that stuff is all right there. Why are we then going and moving, 2.5 hours away where we have to move all this crap too? At the same time, there has to be a better way for them to make it more accessible for the fans.
God damn it! Remember, it was like remember the Titans. You put the boys on a bus You get them to sit next to each other. You drive them away for 3 weeks. You give them 2-a-days. You build camaraderie. That's what you need, Don. We need to take it back to the old ways.
You felt
God
you
damn
felt
it.
like you were more part of the action when you were at Lehigh, and the guys, all the new acquisitions and the players. I mean, they were right at your fingertips. I remember, if you got there early enough, and they used to do random autographs, or they would do random drawings, and a lot of people would get autographs. So, and at the end of each practice, if you stood around and waited by the fence, the players would walk around and like shake your hand or give you five. So it
Yeah.
was cool. You really felt like you were right there and right amongst everything. Whereas when you're at the link, it's hey, you feel like you're so disconnected, kind of far away. But it is unfortunate because the connection with the fans and this team is second to none. So it can be frustrating.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
what are you
it
gonna
would
do?
be cool.
You just go win Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
that's all
even
that
the dogs
matters.
get pissed off about it.
Dude, I heard him. He gave you some lip when you're like, "Hey, stop me!" Oh,
He did, and I think
that made
Rex
me
still lives
laugh.
in there. Take it easy, buddy. We're online here. All right. Take
We're
it
on.
easy. Chill
No, but I think all right. So going into training camp,
Yeah,
what are you looking for? Excited about? I mean, there's not really a whole lot of position battles. There's not really there aren't like outside of the one guard spot, outside of like maybe a handful of positions on defense. What is something that you're really looking forward to?
definitely the wide receiver 5 battle. Is always a favorite of mine. See if Johnny Wilson can solidify the spot at the wide receiver 5. He'll probably get 3 plays this year. Hopefully, he catches another touchdown. 4 plays.
Nice.
No,
We'll
I
get to
mean,
see.
I'm.
We'll get to see who gets to put on a chain.
there it
Yeah,
is.
let's see who gets to put on the chain. No, I'm excited to see. Just what the rookies are up to. I'm really excited to see how the Vanilla Gorilla is lining up against Jalen Carter and how much havoc they're going to wreak on other offensive lines. But I want to see how they do against our offensive line. Obviously, best in football. So that's going to be really interesting to see. Hopefully, Jihad Campbell is healthy at the start of training camp. Would like to see him out there getting reps with the ones because obviously he's going to be there. And what the safety battle looks like. Is it going to be Andrew, right? Andrew Akubo?
Makumba, yeah.
Kuba, yep.
Makuba. Is it going to be Makuba? Is it going to be, I don't know, Adoree Jackson or somebody else? It's just, it's cool to see. I'm just, I'm just ready for it. I'm ready to hear, the positive stuff that's coming out there. I'm ready to hear that, Jalen Hurts isn't talking to AJ Brown because of a game of Uno that their kids were playing, like, because that's what WIP is going to say. It's going to be some dumb shit. Um, Nah, it's just going to be
You are
fun.
not
I'm just
lying.
waiting for football to get back. We have a lull this week because of the All-Star game and Phillies don't play tomorrow. And I'm like, man, like I wish the Eagles were in training camp or wish there was a preseason
Right.
game on
There's
tonight.
something
Like
going on.
I'm excited for it, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that I'm seeing I saw some kind of training video from it was Makuba and Jahai Campbell together training. And I'm looking at them. I'm going, all right, well, they look ready to go. That excites me to see the implementation of guys that are young and fast and talented. Like this defense is young. It's going to be fast. It's going to be really talented. And they're just adding to that young talent pool. So that's the thing that I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see too with Makuba. I mean, he's the only guy that's hasn't been signed yet, so I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. But they need to get that handled. So and that could be linger into the season. It could be a distraction to the team and the players. So I think they'll get it. I think they'll get it handled before camp starts up. But yeah, it's going to come down to um, position battles. It's going to come down to health. It's going to come down to you know hopefully. And I don't think this team would fall into that hole, but Super Bowl hangover, getting the team has the right have the right mindset, you know, game in and game out. That's going to be key to the start of the season, because our schedule is kind of a gauntlet. So it's going to be key to stay afloat. Win some. There you go. That's right. Let's get that game rolling. Um, but yeah, that my position battle that I'm really interested to see is, I think Nolan Smith is going to be your starter on the one side, who is going to take the majority of the snaps on the other side.
Yeah.
Jalen Hunt kind of forced into the starting role last year because of injuries. Is he the kind of guy who is going to be able to hold up, and be the quote unquote full time guy? So
Yeah.
he's got an off season of training. He's got training camp and preseason games to get that right. So it's going to be interesting to see what the rotation is. What are the expectations for these guys that they brought in as a rotation? So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but let's see who's gonna step up and run with it. Hopefully one of these guys will. It's I think I kind of expected them to add possibly another veteran, which I mean they still could. I mean, look, Von Miller just signed with Washington. Yes, the Washington Commodores. So we'll see what the Eagles decide to do.
No, and Joe, the Makuba contract thing is not an Eagles thing, but like a league wide thing. There was a guy, I think the guy that got drafted by the Texans got his contract guaranteed. So
Hmm.
there's some language in terms of the second round picks with that money and those contracts being guaranteed, where normally second round picks that money isn't nearly guaranteed, if it's guaranteed at all. So they're saying that like the base contract is expected to be right a 4 year with a 5th year option, which is pretty standard. But the amount of money could be the sticking point. How much of that money is guaranteed? So we'll
Right.
see. We'll see what happens. I don't have any doubt that they'll get that done. But yeah, but it should be exciting. They've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of opportunities to add some guys, but we shall see.
Yeah, that's good. That's what's going to be fun about it. The position battles. Training camp, preseason games. Like I'm going like real deep, way back into the roster. And I mean, the guy's probably not going to really play much, but me and my connection with Syracuse sports, I really would love to see, especially for our son to see Kyle McCord make the team. I mean, if you can't beat up Dorian Thompson Robinson, you probably shouldn't. You probably shouldn't be on the team. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does, and whatever action he does get, that he shows that he belongs here.
Joe, I have a hard time believing that Kyle McCord doesn't have. He should not have a difficult time beating out DTR at all.
Man, I hope not. I
If he
really,
did,
Yeah,
if he
that would suck.
does, if he does, then we're talking about a completely different conversation.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's retirement.
he was good in college. I mean, well, he was good in
You're
college.
going to be
I
the
mean,
coach.
the guy balled out in college.
Have you thought about coaching?
Yeah.
No, he did ball out in college, but I mean, you got to be
Yeah.
DTR out. Like,
That's
fuck that guy.
how does that translate to the NFL? We'll see, but
Yeah.
that's one position for me that I'm definitely interested in for my sake and for my son's sake. So
Are you saying he should be QB1, Joe? That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know. That might be on a local radio station tomorrow. No. I think he
Will Kyle
deserves at
McCord be
least.
the starting quarterback?
QB1.
6-1.
I mean, we're probably not going to address three quarterbacks, but I mean, stick him on the practice squad. I want him to be a part. I want him to be a part of the team. I want him to some capacity. I mean,
I
he's a
don't
little
see him.
kid. He's from Jersey. He went to St. Joe's Prep, and I mean, he played, pee wee ball at the link, and there's
Yeah.
pictures of him with his family and his parents in Eagles stuff, going to Eagles games. So that's the kind of guy you want to root for.
Yeah, I don't see him not making the team. Like, he should I mean, they just needed to get something back in that Cleveland trade, probably. And they're like, yeah, fuck it, we'll take. He's
Who,
not.
want you, who do you not want?
Yeah, who do you not want? All right, we'll take. We're probably going to cut him. So great, thanks.
If you want him back, there's a good chance he'll
Right.
probably be available.
He's gonna hit. He's gonna hit free agency real quick. Thanks.
All right, gentlemen, we've reached that point. We're getting ready to debut this new segment. So the I was telling Joe, Rich, the ChatGPT, it did not disappoint with the ideas for the names of this little thing we're putting together. It didn't disappoint with creating the graphic, with creating the AI voice for it. So, without fail, gentlemen, we're going to debut the John in Order segment.
In the high-stakes world of fantasy football, the managers who obsess over stats and waiver wires are part of an elite squad known as the Fantasy Unit. These are their stories.
Well, gentlemen, court is in session.
Court is in session.
This
That's
is
just
our
such
first.
a fucking
This is
funny
our,
thing.
this is our first John in Order segment. So I figured we'll talk sleepers, we'll talk busts, and we'll talk breakouts.
Oh
Where do you want to
shit!
start first?
All three. Oh my god. Oh
I
my
mean, we can do
god.
whatever you want.
Let's do breakouts first. Go ahead.
All right,
Let's do
let's go.
breakouts. What do we think? Oh man, this is
All
gonna be
right.
tough.
So, to me, when I think breakouts, right, I think of guys that are in their first couple years,
Okay.
right? So either guys that are in rookie or year one, or just finished year one. There's two guys for me that come to mind, right? The one is a guy that when he got drafted last year, really high, I wanted to keep an eye on. New offensive coordinator, surrounded with a bunch of weapons. Caleb Williams is a guy that I'm going to keep my eye on again. With Ben
Okay,
Johnson,
John. Okay.
I'm curious to see what happens when he has actual coaching, when he's not breaking down the film alone in a room by himself. When he's surrounded with a guy who's an innovative play caller, a guy who's going to take chances. He's a guy that I'm going to really kind of keep my eye on. The other guy is Ashton Genty, just because of what I saw him be able to do in college. That's a guy that I'm looking at that, could have a potentially big year in fantasy based on the opportunities that he might have in that offense outside of Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. My breakout is a guy who really underperformed last year. Came out of college and has a dad who had a real good pedigree in the NFL, but this kid could not figure it out. Marvin Harrison Jr. I just think this is wide receivers coming into their second year, getting the system under their belt, no coaching staff changes, another year with Kyler Murray. They finally said they unlocked the full potential of Kyler Murray. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's throwing touchdown passes to wide open wide receivers. I hope so. And he'll be a benefit of that. I mean, the guy is too talented and too good to suck. And last year was just it just didn't have it. So second year wide receiver, I'm looking at Marvin Harrison as being one of my breakout guys. He just has the intangibles. And if I have to go another direction for a breakout, I am going to go a guy who really needs to get over the hump, and he hasn't had that oomph yet. I think it's going to be the fuck. I'm trying to think. I think it's going to be Juwan Jennings of San Fran, and I think if he gets traded, I I think he's going to be a problem. He was fantastic last year without Debo and without Brandon Ayuk, and now they have no other options. And it's his time to get over that hump and solidify himself as being a top 20 guy, like for real in the NFL. when it comes to wide receivers. So I'm going to go with, I'll go with Juwan Jennings as my other breakout.
Nice. Joe, who are you thinking?
I got a couple guys in mind. I mean, they're not necessarily in the best scenarios or the best situations, but you know, I thought for sure that Tyler Warren was going to go in the top 10. And,
Okay.
the Bears really reached, I think it reached a little bit on, I can't even remember the good,
Loveland.
Yeah.
the guy
Colton.
from Michigan.
Yeah,
So,
Loveland.
he has all the intangibles. He can block, he can catch, he can run. Um, but the big question in Indy is who is can Richardson be the guy? Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to take the next step in his in his progressions? But having a guy like that as a safety valve, as a go to guy, um, in an offense like that, I really think that Tyler Warren has an opportunity to solidify himself as a top 10 kind of tight end in the league. I mean, if you saw what he did at Penn State and are familiar with the guy, he's you know he's the all around tight end. Great hands, physical. Just he's got a knack for the ball, and he can break tackles, and he seems like the kind of guy who's always open. So that's the kind of guy you want to have on your team. Like a Travis Kelsey, which I think he has a lot of similarities to. But it remains to be seen with quarterback situation there too. But and then quarterback wise, I'm thinking from my second guy, Bryce Young in Carolina. If he
That's a good pick.
can stay healthy and get the right coaching
Yep.
and have
Yeah.
that foundation and supporting cast, coaching wise, offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, and they just they can take the training wheels off and let him just take control and spread the ball around to the weapons that he has now. So it's I think he came on pretty well toward the end of the year last year, but I think he's got an opportunity to make some noise in the NFC South.
Yeah. Listen, and speaking of the NFC South, I'm curious how Jacksonville uses Travis Hunter and how that whole situation plays out. All right. Who's your biggest bust?
My biggest bust. So when we go busts, unfortunately, and I don't look at it as the player is going to suck, but they're not going to be worth where they're drafted.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
like that's what I mean by bust. I mean, this
Sure.
guy, obviously, we know him very well and we love him. Um, and he won best play at the ESPYS. But I think Saquon Barkley is going to be a fantasy. I wouldn't say but he's going to be a bust. He's not going to be worth. A lot of people are taking him 101 or 102.
101. Yeah.
And if I'm drafting 101, I'm taking Jamar Chase. I'm just letting everybody know that there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I'm taking Jamar Chase. He's just too consistent. The problem with Saquon is I love Saquon, and the big play ability is always there. But Jesus Christ, how many long touchdown runs did he have?
Yeah.
Like 15 plus point touchdown runs. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But he's not really a receiving threat. He is, but he isn't. 4 or 5 looks a game, pulling in like 3 passes. It's tough and then you're fighting for the goal line with Jalen Hurts. So, do I think he's going to be a top 10 running back this year in fantasy? Yes. But I don't think he's going to be the number one overall. And that's what I think is going to hurt you because it's just taking him over Jamar Chase. And that's going to be a lot of people this year. A lot of Eagles fans are like, nah. And then the number 2 guys getting getting Jamar Chase, and they're going to be like, fuck. Like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And I think, but Rich, at the same time, it's kind of like, I think you consider the season that he had.
Yeah.
Even if he has a down tick in the season, you're still talking about a guy who's probably going to rush for between 16 and 1700 yards
Yeah.
and still probably score 20 plus touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like but I get what you're saying in terms of like, last year you're talking about the long run, 7 runs of 40 plus yards. He was without a doubt the best home run hitter this season in Philadelphia sports.
Yeah.
It's a good battle between him and Schwarber to see, when he gets going though, it's really hard to stop. And I think that's important to remember when you think about the fact that like he's going to have a down the season that he had last year is going to lead to the exact scenario that you're talking about, especially in leagues that we're all involved in.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see guys that are going to be enamored. Right? It's that being enamored with last year's stats
Yep.
and carrying that over to this year. And would I tell you that like if I'm picking in the middle to the latter half of the first round, I'll probably take him. I would take him at 105, 106, 107.
Oh yeah,
Right?
definitely.
Like, yeah, right. Like, but like the odds of him getting there in a league that we are all involved in is probably slim and none.
Yeah, he's off the board in every home league around here is 101.
101, 102, 102. Like if he gets to 103, you've considered yourself very fortunate.
Yeah. 1,000%.
Joe, you got anybody?
I'm kind of torn on this, but I think the fact that it's Dallas and everyone's like, "Oh wow, look at the new toys that Dak's got. He's got CeeDee Lamb and Jake Ferguson, and he's got George Pickens now.
Pickens.
George Pickens is a top receiver, one of the best in the league. But George Pickens is an absolute loose cannon.
George Pickens is George Pickens.
George Pickens might be trying to fight Jerry Jones after one of the games rather than a Cleveland fan. So
George Pickens might be fighting the Cowboys cheerleaders.
Yeah. We don't know. We don't know who's fighting.
He'll definitely be fighting Michael Irvin. That's
1,000%.
That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
And he will be trying to steal the Salvation Army bin on the next again. So. But yeah, when George isn't getting the ball, and the defensive backs are in his ear, and he's he's just a big ball of negativity, and that is it's a perfect scenario for an Eagle fan, because I think it's just a matter of time before he has issues with Dak, or issues with CD, or issues with the offensive coordinator and play calling. Don't get me wrong. I think Dallas is definitely going to be a formidable opponent this year, and they're going to be in the mix for a playoff spot and possibly the division. But the thing that you have with Dallas is the defense didn't really get any better. You still have to pay Micah Parsons. How healthy is Dak? Is he going to be able to stay healthy? And you can't sell me for shit on that run game. Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders. Ooh, what a 1-2 combo. Well, you know what? Miles is a piece, and Javonte Williams is a piece, but neither one of those guys can carry the load. So, good luck down there in Jerry World.
Yeah, I think you're going to look at opportunities for that to kind of like it's only a matter of time down in Dallas. It really is. I think there's a couple of guys. Yeah, there's a couple of guys at quarterback that I'm looking at. Right, one is Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I don't think is going to have nearly the same year. Right, he's going to be right. Like when you take him away from being paired with
playmakers,
playmakers and a great coach and great coordinators, and he goes out to Seattle, not nearly going to have the year. I think Jared Goff might have a downtick in the year too, losing his coordinator, right? Losing Ben Johnson, even though he's like, they're not that you're still talking about, St. Brown. You're still talking about Jamison Williams. You're still talking about Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Still elite guys in those skill positions. I think there's an opportunity for him to kind of take a downturn. Um, you know, another guy that left Seattle and is now in Pittsburgh, DK Metcalf, right? You're talking about him in Pittsburgh paired with Aaron Rodgers, right? Like that Pittsburgh just seems like a mess waiting to happen.
Yeah.
So like I don't know. Is Sam Darnold too obvious to say he's going to be a bust?
No, I mean, I don't think many people have them like a streaming option. Yeah, no one's drafting Sam Darnold, uh, but he is going to be a bust. Like if I'm looking at a bust in Seattle, again, it's because of where he's going, not of talent, and that would be JSN. Like JSN right now is a second round wide receiver. Yeah, he's got all the talent in the world. He's going into his third year, but like, holy fuck, like second round, JSN, Sam Darnold, Cooper Cup, like what? Like that's just you got a slot guy to play a slot guy. Like so, where are you putting the slot guy? And who is the slot guy? Like it's that boggles my mind. No, I mean I agree. Sam Darnold's going to be a bust. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, like that's crazy. Because he has all the talent in the world. But
Yeah.
yeah, like for him and because he's going like average right now is like fourth round. I think there's other guys in the fourth that I'd rather have over DK, especially at running back if they're there. Because running back is going to be the thinnest thing this year. There's a ton of wide receivers, but
Yeah.
there's not that many like stud running backs. So
Yep.
grab them when you can. But not Don. I think you're spot on. I think you're spot on.
All right. Any sleepers? Any guys that are like kind of
I
like
got
falling through the cracks?
I got two sleepers for you. One is going to be my QB3 on the year. You can quote me on this fantasy QB3, and that's Justin Fields in New York. Um,
Okay.
dude's going in like the 13th round. Like that's easy money. Like you've seen what he did in Chicago, and now he has a defense, fucking crazy, and he has Garrett Wilson
Garrett Wilson.
and Bryce Hall, or Brees Hall, and Braylon Allen. The dude has weapons down there, and playmakers, and he makes plays with his legs. He was doing great last year in Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's going to finish like top three. You can hold me to that. And then my next sleeper, oh fuck, who was it? God damn it! Shit, I lost it. It'll come back to me. I have one.
I'm looking at another quarterback, Rich. I'm looking at Michael Penix.
Mm.
I think Michael Penix has an opportunity to maybe kind of fill in the blank. You saw a little bit of that arm talent in Atlanta. There's not you're talking about there is some talent down there. I think he might have an opportunity to surprise some people.
I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to throw the ball because they're going to be down a ton.
Well,
So
and
the Dak Prescott effect, garbage time points, baby, garbage time points.
in the midst of this conversation, right? That's like we don't really care how good your team is. We don't care what your team's record is. All I want to look at is the stat line at the end of the game. And if you're down by 35 and you're throwing the ball because you're trying to get back in the game and you're racking up yards, that's great for me.
Yeah, that's all you fucking need. Blake Bortles and Dak Prescott. They did it in fantasy for years.
Seriously,
Bortles was the
Bortles.
king of 8 points until the fourth quarter came, and then you had a 40 burger from him. Like it was fucking insane.
Jerry, you got anybody?
Who do I have? Debo Samuel, Washington. Just kidding. Just kidding. Did you see a picture of him running around at camp? Well,
yeah.
They said he was running, but I don't know. Well, you know what? That might be his full speed now.
He was running.
That might be all you're gonna get out of him. Yeah, go drift it back over to the Atlanta side. I think two guys with Atlanta who have an opportunity to revitalize. Well, more Kyle Pitts than I guess Drake London, because I think Drake London is an ascending player, but I mean, right now it's really a make or break year for a guy like Kyle Pitts. I think this is it. Like if he doesn't show up this year, then he's kind of I think he's just gonna fade away into being more like a tight end too. But um, I think Drake London's going to be a really good receiver for them, and I think he's going to go high. I think Michael Penix is going to go to him early and often, and I think he's going to be a main focal point of their offense. Well, other than Bijan Robinson, so I think Penix has got a great arm. He's gonna sling the ball around, and I think Drake London has an opportunity to get at least 1,000 yards and maybe eight to 10 touchdowns.
I like that.
I like
But
it.
Joe, I'm telling you what, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or shame on you, fool me, can't get fooled again.
Wait,
Fuck
what?
Kyle.
Can you
Fuck
write
Kyle
that
Pitts.
down for me?
Fuck Kyle Pitts. I drafted a guy way too many times.
Yep.
And he's
You're like,
burned
I'm
me.
not
awesome.
He's
doing it.
all yours, Joe. I'm not doing it again.
Come
Not doing
on,
it for the
baby.
5th year in a row, bro.
Here it is.
Not
That's
doing it. Not doing it.
318 yards and 2 touchdowns for the season, baby.
Yeah, that's what it's.
good.
That's Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great because there's a bunch of guys you can look at like around the league, especially keep an eye on the position battles in camp, especially for the running backs, and see who gets the running back 2 jobs out of these rookies with RJ Harvey, Caleb Johnson. You know, um, I am so fucking besides myself in one league because I have my rookie pick was Judkins, and who
Oh,
knows what the fuck's going to happen with that? It's like, dude, this is why I don't. I My philosophy going forward for fantasy sports is draft from good teams, no matter what. Like, don't
Right.
draft good players on shitty teams. Let
yep.
someone else deal with it because I feel like something always happens in Cleveland. Like their players are just that fucking stupid.
Oh, most
Um,
definitely.
and you just got to look at these position battles. You know, you have Hampton out there like battling Najee. I think he's going to get the run, but like Najee's not bad. Like Najee's a good running back. He's had 1,000 yards rushing every season. Um, Guys, you got to look for. I mean, Chuba Hubbard is like a 3rd round running back now. Like, dude's a dog.
Yep.
Bucky Irving, like that's a guy. Like
That's a guy.
shot
That's
up
another
from the
guy.
15th to the 2nd round. Achan down there in Miami, like who's backing him up? No Raheem Mostert. So you got Jalen Wright. Like, there's a lot of guys. Like, you want to
Those
look at
are
the position battles and see who you can grab. But a sleeper for me. Oh, that's right. Here's my last sleeper, Don. Sorry, Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is going to be probably the starting running back after the 5th week. Like that kid before he got hurt was electric. 5.2 yards a carry before he got hurt when he stepped in for Christian McCaffrey. And you have Aaron Jones in front of you. Like Father Time catches up to some of these guys.
Yep.
Doesn't seem like it happens to Derrick Henry, but it might catch up to Aaron Jones. So Jordan Mason's, especially for like a 12th round pick, like you can't.
Yeah. I was gonna say you could waste a lot. You could waste more picks at that point than you could take. You can get a lot of value out of that guy at that spot. So
Yep.
Yep.
on that note, gentlemen, final thoughts. I got a final thought for you. The news about Teddy Bridgewater is an absolute travesty.
What a joke.
Right. So for those who don't know, Teddy Bridgewater got suspended because of what they were calling improper benefits. Those improper benefits included Uber rides, meals, recovery services for players, all of that stuff, all that he paid for out of his own pocket. He wasn't cheating, wasn't stealing. He was doing exactly what a leader should be doing.
Yep.
Which is setting an example for how you take care of creating opportunities for the next generation of kids. The fact, and he has said that like he's had opportunities from programs to go other places for this time that he's suspended. And he said, nope, I'm staying here. I'm staying here with these guys. And I'm like, this guy should be like on the national news.
He should be revered.
Right. He should be the type of coach and the type of leader that who cares that he got all of his money from playing in the NFL? He's trying to give back. He's not taking a salary. He's taking all of this money. From what I heard, between $70,000 and $100,000 out of his own pocket in this 1 year.
Yeah, and he's getting
and-
chastised for it.
And he's going to get punished for it.
Right. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, when that's
I'll take 100 Teddy. I'll take 100 Teddy Bridgewater.
absolutely.
Actually,
I mean, that's the kind of
actually
guy.
looked into getting his jersey.
Yeah, that's the kind of
Don't
guy
tell the
you
boss.
want around for your team, for the NFL, for high school, for Pee Wee, like just just a friend of the family. Like that's the kind of guy you want to be around. That's the kind of guy you want on your coaching staff, or being a coach, or being a mentor, or whatever it may be, because that all of what he did is gonna, everybody that he's helped and touched and been a part of their life, they're gonna remember that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, that's true.
So my final thought, and I thought we might touch on it quickly here too earlier, but Christopher was talking about Brian Brayman.
Brian Brayman.
It's crazy because I feel like we just heard about it like within the last
February
week or two.
Yeah.
And
he got diagnosed in February.
Yeah, and then he's gone. And then I'm like, oh my God, he was 38. Like, I know, he was on the Super Bowl team, and it was 2017 season, but it's crazy that cancer doesn't, and I think I posted on Twitter. Cancer doesn't have an age, doesn't affect certain age groups. Cancer affects babies and children and adults and teenagers and grandparents. It's crushing. I feel so bad for his kids. I feel so bad for whoever, if he's got a significant other. But it's just crazy how life is so fleeting, and how all of those things are there and then they're gone. I mean, they watching all the clips of him, and he was such a stud on special teams, and how he was such a fiery guy. He had such a fiery personality, and his speech, and him talking to the guys. Here's this special teamer going in, getting these guys fired up and breaking them down for the Super Bowl. It was just really cool to see. And and then fast forward just a few years, and now he's no longer with us. So we're thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. And it's an overwhelming situation, especially for somebody so young.
Yeah,
it's 2 years older than me. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, got nothing after that, guys. Got nothing after that. Final thought, as always, is just be kind. That's it. Just be kind, and that's it. That's all you can do. Be a good human. We are Drunk on Broad. I am Rich. That is Don. That's Joe. And as always, you stuck around, you fucked around, and you found out. Fucked Deshaun Watson. Justin Tucker, you're on the list. Dallas, fuck you too. Let's see. Davion Taylor, sorry. I just keep bringing you back up. Spike Eskin, like, fuck you too. Dude, did you see Spike Eskin fucking post that video in his car looking all types of goat face looking?
Oh, with his really cool visor?
Yeah, with his visor, that fucking loser. Like, dude, they sent me that. I'm like, this guy's a fucking turd. Like, you're a scumbag, just like your fucking old man. Fuck you. We're Drunk on Brawl. We love you. Come back, check us out next week. As always, go Birds.
Later, skaters.
Go Birds.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Super Bowl champions.
E-A-G-L-E-S!